Welcome to @Cronkite News, your social sharing connection where you choose the news. Facebook likes and shares, tweets, retweets, and favorites. YouTube views and subscriptions. We're watching you, watch us. From our digital home at cronkitenews.azpbs.org to your television, web browser, or mobile device. Let's get a refresh on the top Arizona news of the week.
The presidential election is just 2 months away, and recent polls show the gap between the controversial candidates is tighter than ever.
The Arizona Republic, Morrison Institute, and Cronkite News conducted a poll that asked registered voters in Arizona how they feel about the presidential nominees, state politicians, and issues that will appear on the November ballot.
Cronkite News reporter Joey Carrera investigates the results.
Arizona has been in the national spotlight over speculation that our traditionally red state could swing blue for the presidential election. That's something that hasn't happened since Bill Clinton was up for re-election 20 years ago.
It is a statistical dead heat.
33.5% of likely voters indicated they support Donald Trump, compared to 35.1% who supported Hillary Clinton.
This campaign seems to be all driven on the two candidates' personalities and how much the American public do not like either of them.
The Arizona Republic, Morrison Institute, and Cronkite News polled roughly 700 likely Arizona voters from August 17th through the 31st. They were weighted throughout the state and by political parties. The poll results were calculated with a margin of error of plus or minus 3.3 percentage points. Arizona Democrats and Republicans acknowledge the high stakes when the numbers come this close.
Even though the Republicans in Arizona have a voter registration advantage, we also have a turnout advantage in the general election and in the primary. We treat every election as a competitive process.
The experience that Hillary Clinton brings to the country is something that this country needs. And if you even disagree with her, I think she is pragmatic enough to lead our country forward and really try to solve problems.
The neck-and-neck numbers appear to level the political playing field. Both parties agree that at this point, there's a key message they're keeping in mind.
We don't take anything for granted.
Not taking anything for granted.
Tom Riley, director of the Morrison Institute, finds another set of data results concerning the presidential race surprising.
Very high percent, 23% undecided.
Polling data shows the undecided respondents largely fall into the 18 to 35 age range, which Republican strategist Doug Cole says historically votes liberal if they show up to the polls.
It puts Arizona in play. The Clinton campaign is now spending money on television in Arizona. You know, historically, you don't spend, the Democrats don't spend money in Arizona because it's such a red state.
Undecided young voters could hold the power to sway the presidential election, and both parties are taking aggressive measures to sway them in their direction.
We've got field offices throughout the state, and they're calling voters. They're calling a lot of the undecided voters to talk to them, to persuade them, to find out what they're interested in, and lobby on behalf of our candidates and our Republican slate.
We're trying to engage voters in all forms of digital, at their home, on the phones, through their friends and family. So it's a way to actually get them connected through this election.
Democrat strategist Mario Diaz says issues like the economy and national security are important to constituents in both parties. He says that many voters feel disenfranchised.
Some voters clearly are waiting for the 3 debates that are going to occur in the near future, and that should seal this election.
The poll will be conducted again toward the end of October. Visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org for full results. Joey Carrera, Cronkite News.
Our Cronkite News poll asked voters in Arizona for their views on 2 high-profile plans to crack down on immigration.
Cronkite News reporter Katie Berry joins us with the results.
The polls asked Arizona voters if they agree with the idea of building a border wall as well as mass deportation, 2 proposals that are getting a lot of attention.
You can call it whatever the hell you want. They're gone.
The crowd at Donald Trump's recent rally in Arizona overwhelmingly supported his promise to deport all undocumented immigrants. But results from a new Cronkite News Arizona Republic poll found that statewide, most people are against it. More than 68% of registered voters disagree with the idea of mass deportations. While 25% of Arizonans do agree, Republicans are among those who question the plan.
So you cannot deport 11 million people. That just is physically impossible, and it will not happen.
Some Arizona Democrats agree.
These are just angry, senseless policies that have no serious impact on the issue of immigration.
The poll also asked registered voters if the U.S. should build a wall along the border. More than a third of Arizonans are for building the wall, but more than half are against it.
Simply not a resolution to an obvious and real problem that we have.
Across party lines, experts we talked to say the political rhetoric simplifies the issue of immigration. The poll reflects a majority of Arizonans are not in favor of just a hardline approach.
If a candidate came in and embraced meaningful and achievable immigration reform, I think, be it Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, I think that they will do a lot better in Arizona.
The poll also asked voters' opinions about Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Statewide, his unfavorability rating rests at about 54%, and here in Maricopa County, it's 57%. Live in downtown Phoenix, Katie Beery, Cronkite News.
Labor protections extend to all workers in the U.S., even if they're not U.S. citizens. In Washington, D.C., Claire Caulfield reports on an updated agreement between Mexican and U.S. officials.
Here at the Mexican Embassy in Washington, D.C., steps were taken to ensure Mexican nationals who feel they have been treated unfairly have a direct line to the Department of Justice. Under an agreement signed in honor of Labor Day, lawyers from the Justice Department will receive discrimination claims directly from the 50 Mexican consulates in the United States. Additionally, the Justice Department will participate in educational events so all workers know their rights and anti-discrimination laws are upheld.
Well, it's very important because there are a lot of immigrants who come to this country who are unaware of their rights. And many times those individuals turn to their consulates or their embassies for help or assistance.
The Mexican ambassador said in 2015, the consulates educated almost 60,000 workers nationwide on discrimination based on citizenship, immigration status, or nation of origin. Workers in Arizona can go to the consulates in Phoenix and Tucson and receive these pamphlets on sexual harassment, workplace injury, and minimum wage. In Washington, D.C., Claire Caulfield, Cronkite News.
Grand Canyon University is helping student entrepreneurs, and the projects are meant to benefit more than just the students. Danielle Kernkamp took a closer look on how the community is changing.
GCU has started to fund a couple of startup businesses with plans to improve the area that the university resides in. West Phoenix is home to Grand Canyon University. The school has been around for nearly 70 years, but has recently started up new business ventures for graduates. However, these enterprises are not just for the students.
Because when they leave here and they go off, they'll have in their mind that the level of poverty that exists in this neighborhood doesn't need to exist.
One of these businesses is Grand Canyon Beverage Company. This coffee shop sits in the middle of campus, making it a hotspot for study sessions. Brennan Williams is a recent GCU grad and serves as general manager of the company.
So I think a coffee shop is such a great, unique area where we can really bridge GCU in the community.
And Grand Canyon Beverage Company isn't just on campus. They have a location in the neighborhood. As for local West Phoenix residents,
I noticed that the apartments look a lot better in the area of Grand Canyon University. Plus, the streets around it are a lot cleaner compared to how it was maybe 2 years ago.
GCU anticipates that these businesses will revitalize the West Phoenix neighborhood and bring the poverty level down.
This was at one point a middle-class neighborhood, and it deteriorated over time, but we are watching it transition even more quickly than it deteriorated.
The university also plans to start employing more people from the surrounding neighborhoods that aren't necessarily GCU grads or students in an effort to give the children of those employees free tuition to the university. Live in Phoenix, Danielle Kernkamp, Cronkite News. The Senate Committee on Indian Affairs gave the green light to a bill expanding education savings accounts to students at Native American schools. Cronkite News reporter Claire Caulfield was in Washington, D.C. and saw the drama unfold.
Senator McCain's bill could make 12,000 Native American students in Arizona eligible for education savings accounts. But McCain and Senator John Tester of Montana had a heated debate on Wednesday over what that expansion might mean.
But I do not believe in any program that would divert public education funds to private entities with limited accountability.
The Native American Education Opportunity Act would transfer 90% of what would have gone to that student's tribal school to an independent account managed by the student's family. These funds can be used for educational expenses, ranging from tuition at a private school to textbooks.
We're going to today consider a bill that would create a separate line item to subsidize the voucher plans of a handful of states at the expense of tribal schools across this country.
A passionate McCain defended the bill, saying the condition at schools run by the Bureau of Indian Education are too dire to ignore.
This is really a simple vote. You want the status quo? You want the situation as it is today? Or do you want to try to give these kids a choice, which obviously the Senator from Montana does not want?
In the end, McCain won a narrow victory.
Clerk will report.
The ayes are 7, the nays are 6.
The bill now moves to the full Senate, but it's a race against the clock. There are only 40 workdays left in this session, and there is currently no related bill in the House.
Come November, Arizona voters will also be able to vote on a proposition that would legalize the recreational use of marijuana in the state. In our poll, we wanted to see how voters are leaning on Prop 205. I spoke to 2 people who had different views on both the poll and the proposition. Voters in Arizona will get the opportunity to vote in favor or against Prop 205, an attempt to make the recreational use of marijuana legal.
Well, I think it's a fantastic policy. It's a great improvement over essentially the ridiculous and failed policies of prohibition.
But others do have opposing views.
The proposition itself is just the latest iteration in misleading the Arizona voter base with promises of tax dollars, lower regulation, safer communities, money for education.
The Arizona Republic, the Morrison Institute, and Cronkite News conducted a poll to see where voters stood on the subject of legalizing marijuana. They found that more than half of voters were in favor of Prop 205.
The question no longer is, should Arizona legalize marijuana? The question now is, should voters approve of Proposition 205 and the schemes contained therein that might also involve legalizing recreational marijuana?
The poll asked whether or not voters would fill in yes or no on Prop 205 by gender, racial background, region, and age, among others. Age results were especially interesting, as those 51 and older were the only age group to be against the passing of the proposition.
It's what we expect. We expect that this is going to be a tight race between now and November.
The poll asked 10 questions and had a total of 784 respondents. The results of the poll were weighted by registered voters according to age, party, gender, and county, and were also adjusted by non-responses.
Former Phoenix Mayor Phil Gordon addressed community members in downtown Phoenix on Monday about concerns surrounding medical marijuana dispensaries. On the corner of 5th Street and Camelback, the former mayor stated that Phoenix ordinances pertaining to dispensary locations are being violated.
Well, behind me in that building is an application as an example of what is occurring throughout the entire valley. Applications that are well within 500 feet, and in this case, just a few yards from Pearson Place and within 500 feet of Windsor Square.
Michelle Thompson of the City of Phoenix Planning and Development said that permits are not being given before all zoning requirements are met. Former Arizona Department of Health Services Director William Humble stated that a dispensary license cannot be given by ADHS until all zoning is approved.
The fact of the matter is, local jurisdictions have to approve the zoning with a certificate of occupancy before any license can be issued by the Department of Health.
ADHS doesn't decide if a dispensary has proper zoning. That is approved by the city itself. In downtown Phoenix, Allison Hoskins, Cronkite News.
Another veteran service was honored today at Arlington National Cemetery, fulfilling Elaine Harmon's last wish a year after her death. Cronkite News reporter Dylan Eddy was at Arlington, where WASPs, Women Air Force Service pilots from World War II, are once again getting their due.
It took an act of Congress, but Elaine Harmon, a World War II WASP, was finally laid to rest this morning at Arlington, the nation's most famous veteran cemetery. This used to be the typical scene for WASPs like Harmon. But that all changed when the U.S. Army ruled last year that WASP should never have been granted access to Arlington in the first place. For Harmon, who passed away in April 2015 at age 95, that meant her ashes had to be kept in a bedroom closet while her family worked to overturn the Pentagon's policy on Arlington. Harmon's granddaughter was one of the people leading that fight.
So I was lucky enough to make it to the hospice and see her before she left us. And this time it was our turn to sing her Mares y Dotes and Does and Dotes. And then she took her final flight.
Harmon's family decided to fight the ruling that kept WASPs out of Arlington. With the help of the media, they were able to receive more than 175,000 petition signatures. This petition grabbed the attention of Arizona Representative Martha McSally.
And so we were so honored to have somebody like her in Congress fighting for us and so passionate about our issue and making sure that it got carried through to completion.
McSally sponsored the bill that cleared the way for today's service. She explained her passion for veteran rights while speaking there.
We got a lot of things we're still trying to do. And it can be frustrating at times here in DC, but days like today make it all worth it because, we saw a problem, we fixed a problem. It helped veterans, it helped women. This is what I'm passionate about, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Today's service was a memorial. It was also a day for celebration. One of the granddaughters told me that today was about honoring their grandmother's dying wish and the WASP's legacy at Arlington National Cemetery. Live in Washington, I'm Dylan Eddy, Cronkite News.
As Hillary Clinton prepares for her town hall meeting tonight, Ann Holton, the wife of vice presidential candidate Tim Kaine, held a roundtable discussion where military veterans expressed their concerns over several issues affecting them. Jesse Canales tells us why several veterans believe Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine are the best candidates to tackle said issues.
And we are so proud of how great our military is.
Several veterans came out in support of Virginia's former Secretary of Education for the Commonwealth and Holton's roundtable discussion. Holton says she understands veterans' concerns, such as transitioning back to civilian life because her son currently serves in the military.
And I know it's going to be hard for him, and it's a little bit difficult for us as a family, of me as a wife with 2 kids. How are we going to manage that?
My son is in the Marine Corps. Somebody's a Marine here. Tomas, hurrah!
Several veterans who spoke in favor of Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine said their experience gives them the best understanding of veterans' issues.
I think Hillary's got the veterans' issues down cold, okay? She's been around a very long time. She's seen them all. She's been with their families. She knows what they need.
Tim Seifert, Republican Party Communications Director, says his party, especially Senator John McCain, is working for veterans.
He is maximizing his influence in Congress to help veterans.
But one veteran disagreed, saying he is dismayed with some Republicans he feels don't vote for vets.
McCain voted against the GI Bill a few years ago. There was a recent veterans bill that came up to the Senate. Only 2 Republican senators voted for it.
Seifert says the contrary is true.
It's right in our platform to honor the sacred commitment, the sacrifice that veterans have made.
Holton says she will take what she learned back to Hillary and Tim. From Phoenix, Jesse Canales, Cronkite News.
The FDA just released new recommendations that all donated blood be tested for the Zika virus. Reporter Samantha Witherwax headed out to United Blood Services in Scottsdale to see how they are following the advice.
United Blood Services assured me that they're working hard to get the FDA recommendations in place, but because they are a national organization, it will take some time to begin automatic testing.
We have been asking all donors during the interview process whether they have traveled to a Zika impacted area, and if they have, their blood is automatically tested for Zika virus.
Back in February, United Blood Service asked people who had traveled to areas with Zika to wait 28 days before donating blood. That ban was lifted in the middle of July, and they are now accepting blood, but it will be tested. Rio Olympic volunteer and future blood donor Serena Christensen agrees with this process.
Any recommendation they have that's at people's health and it's putting that at the forefront, I think it should be honored and it shouldn't be challenged in any way.
Sue Thu with the United Blood Services says they are currently in the process of reviewing the FDA recommendation.
Obviously, we're a national company. It's not something that we can just flip a switch overnight. We have 4 weeks to implement the testing, and we're in the process of setting up all the policies and procedures needed and training for our staff.
According to the Arizona Department of Health and Centers for Disease Control, the 25 Arizona Zika cases that have been confirmed can all be linked to travel, and the only state that has non-travel reported cases is Florida.
We are doing automatic testing in Florida, and we'll be implementing within 4 weeks the testing on all donated blood right here in Arizona.
I think the urgency is high, and it should be high.
Currently, United Blood Services has 13 tests in place for all donated blood. It takes 24 to 36 hours to test that and release the blood to the hospitals. And the good news is that testing for Zika would not slow down that process. In the broadcast center, Samantha Witherwax, Cronkite News.
Chinese immigrants are finding a place to call home here in the Valley. A Chinese senior center works to connect these immigrants to their community while embracing their culture. Reporter Caitlin Greeno gives us a glimpse of this growing community.
The Chinese Senior Center isn't like most. This center caters to immigrants.
English is kind of limited, and some of them, they even don't speak English at all. That's the reason why we emphasize them, to learn English in order to mingle with other people.
And as they learn English, members don't just become part of the community.
Senior Center here like a big family.
And part of that work is becoming an American. The center hosts citizenship class.
The seniors learn English, get a citizenship test, and later on got their citizenship.
And members benefit from others' experiences.
I am a senior companion, so I can help somebody.
Together, they celebrate their culture.
Every morning around 9 o'clock, we have a line dance.
And they look for opportunities to embrace both Chinese and American traditions.
We celebrate not only Chinese festivals, also American festivals.
And that spirit of celebration can be felt each time members come to the center.
As long as I walk in this door, it's full of the joy. People laughing, we make joke, we share the food, we share everything.
The Chinese Senior Center is a place for people to build friendships and cater to an underserved community. In downtown Phoenix, Caitlin Greeno, Cronkite News.
This is a box that showed you a world beyond your own. It was just a box, but the world has changed, and so have we. And now the box can be almost any size or shape. And you decide what you want to explore. Anytime, any place. Break out of the box with PBS.
Now, here's an @Cronkite News Pick of the Week, a favorite from the Cronkite News staff.
ASU researchers are working deep in Mexico to unravel mysteries at Aztec Ruins. Cronkite News reporter Yesenia Beltran shows us how their lab is leading to new discoveries just outside of Mexico City.
At an archaeological site near Mexico's ancient pyramids in Teotihuacan, there's a bustling research lab. Michael Smith is the director of the ASU Teotihuacan Research Lab.
Most of the field work at the site is done by Mexican archaeologists, but we are sort of a focus for the U.S. archaeologists and other foreign archaeologists that are there.
Students get hands-on research experience and conduct excavations at these expansive Aztec sites.
They're excavating one of the major civic compounds of Teotihuacan. It's called the Plaza of the Columns. And there's temples, and there's civic buildings, and there's plazas, and they're trying to figure out what activities took place there.
Some Mexican Americans living in Arizona may be able to look back into their history.
The people of Teotihuacan are the ancestors of the Aztecs, were the ancestors of Mexican people today, the ancestors of Mexican American people today. So many people in Arizona can trace their ancestry back to this site.
One of the biggest challenges is making sense of millions of artifacts and understanding the early civilizations.
They came from some other region, I don't know.
The houses of Teotihuacan were remarkably large and luxurious. People had a very high quality of life. And I've known that for a while, but we decided to calculate the level of social inequality.
The results were surprising.
People were very well off economically, and there weren't the disparities between rich and poor that we have in the world today.
Researchers say today's urban planners can learn something from ancient cities like Teotihuacan, the biggest of its time. In Phoenix, Yesenia Beltran, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News tracks your likes, tweets, and shares from all our social sites to bring you this news special at Cronkite News, our weekly refresh. Join the conversation so you choose the news. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org for top Arizona stories anytime.
Arizona PBS, a viewer-supported community service of Arizona State University.